She-Hulk Attorney at Law, Season 1, Episode 6, titled Just Jen. This is the wedding episode, and like Jen says at the beginning of the episode, I know it's weird to have a wedding episode so early, but wedding episodes are always feel out of place in TV shows, which she's not lying. That's exactly how most wedding episodes feel. So we're at the wedding, and Jen wants to show up in Hulk form because she is feeling self-conscious about her station in life, and she wants to show everyone that she is now a super sexy Hulk, and she's successful in her law firm, etc., etc., etc.
And these are high school friends, apparently. They went to high school together, so yeah, it makes sense. Like a reunion.
Right. Like a reunion. Yeah, like a reunion. All right. But her friend was like, yo, please don't come to the wedding in Hulk form. So
it's pretty funny when she was hugging her and her face is in her boobs. And I mean, those are funny moments. You know?
Yeah, most of this was sort of like benign nonsense. Now, the secondary story was actually pretty funny. I know it was
humor, yeah.
Yes.
It was another shot at guys, but yeah, it was funny for that reason.
First off, it takes a lot for me to laugh out loud, right? Like actually burst out laughing, okay?
For real, yeah.
Maybe it's because I watch a lot of crap. Maybe because I've seen a lot of jokes. Like I can usually see the setup for a joke. I did not see the setup.
So you didn't see it coming.
So this guy is Mr. Immortal. His superpower is that he doesn't... What's that?
That was cool. I like that.
Yeah, his superpower is basically he doesn't die, right?
Right.
And he's trying to find lawyers because a bunch of his wives and vendors and stuff found out that he doesn't actually die, and they want to sue him because the way he escapes a marriage is by just killing himself.
Yeah, but David Pasquesi, however you say his name, he did a really good job, I think, of kind of playing this totally unobservant guy, right? Who's lived so long. He's like, what am I doing wrong? I just die. It's no big deal,
And this is the craziest part. They're over here I don't have another word for it. So nagging at him and both going off at the same time, telling him how horrible he is. And
yeah, they're incredulous, what he's saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. First off, this chick needs to relax. She's the assistant. How is she going to go off on a client? I'm sitting there getting annoyed, and I literally say to myself, damn, I want to walk into traffic. And then the guy gets up.
That was the funny part.
He
yeah.
gets up and just jumps out the window, dude.
To his death. I mean, that is the way sometimes guys feel when they're being beat up by ladies.
Oh my God.
Verbally.
I was thinking about it the whole time. I was like, dude, I want to run in the traffic. This is torture. The fact that the show paid that off was
well, and the good thing they did is there's some guy jokes, and there's also some stereotypical girl stuff in here. So it does feel a little more balanced. It's just every episode, it's what's this week, what guy is going to do what bad thing is kind of, but then when you realize, when you put your hat on, you say, oh, I'm watching a movie or a show because my wife wants to, and you're just ready to expect that. And then it doesn't become something that you complain about anymore. That's how I did that.
I do not feel the same way as Shane, by the way, but I can see, that point. Yeah, you see his point. That was pretty much, by the way, the top of the episode. That was it. That was the best part of the episode. Everything from there is just sort of, Jen's story, and nothing moves. What's that?
This is critical to the She-Hulk show.
It's critical for her character development. Yes.
Yeah, because she hasn't had anybody like her for her yet. Really, that was just a regular guy. This guy's, if you can scroll back one, this guy's not a douchebag. He's just a dude who's kind of also being pushed around by this bride. And they both kind of are. And for the first time, you feel like she's having some sort of chemistry with someone that's not, they don't have ulterior motives. He's just there to meet her. And I thought that was cool because Jen needs that, I think, internally.
Sure. Yeah. Right. So we got character development for Jen. And that's good. And, and like she said at the beginning of the episode, she set up the audience. She said, Yeah, this is a wedding episode. It's out of place, but they're fun. Okay, like I like that she set that up because my expectations immediately were lowered.
Right.
All right, so
And they always kind of pick on that character, which I think makes that character good. And another reason why She-Hulk isn't a terrible show is because the main character gets picked on a lot. And a lot of times in these shows that we hate that are very woke and very not cool, the main character is kind of improperly uplifted and turned into like some sort of a better than they should be. But Jennifer Walters is obviously being kicked around a lot.
Right. There's this moment where he says, "I will never understand women if I live to be a," and then he just said, "And I will," because he's immortal.
Yeah, that was a funny line.
Yeah, and we're gonna burn through a lot of this wedding stuff. The thing with the B story with Mr. Immortal is basically he's being just sued, and they're trying to come
all
up
of his past wives, yeah,
right, and also vendors
or a husband too, yeah,
and right. So they're trying to come up with a class action lawsuit basically, and I'm gonna burn through everything. So I'm gonna tell you what happens. They decide that he has a bunch of gold from his first wife, and they're all going to split it, however many ways. That's pretty much what they decide to do.
yeah.
All right, now back at the wedding. Tatiana, played by Jamila.
Jamila Jamil.
Yeah, I can't say her. I can't pronounce her name.
It's okay.
She shows up as someone's +1 because she wants to mess with She-Hulk. Okay, cool. Of course, we need to have the obligatory superhero villain fight in every show, even if it's at a wedding. I thought that on its own was sort of funny because
yeah,
you would think at the wedding episode there's not going to be any superheroing, no action. Oh no, not in She-Hulk. That's not how this works. So
Witchy Poo loved this part. It was fantastic.
What's that?
Witchy Poo really loved this whole exchange with the
girls
and everything. It was good.
Witchy Poo. All right. So that's about it. Blah blah blah. Now this is the last important part. Then the show's going to end. So it's a really quick episode. They find this website called Intelligentsia, which that's already a website now. Like the second this aired,
it already was.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Is that a real website?
Spanish word for the word intelligent. So yeah, it's definitely a website.
I wonder why Disney would use an existing. Okay. So
I mean, they're not giving you what they're just giving you the name, so you don't know if it's www about what. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they're giving you a domain name.
That's true. So basically, this is 4chan.
Well, no. I mean, I see how you would say that, but this is actually the evildoers underground.
I understand.
Yeah, the person trying to get her blood.
It literally looks like a mix between 4chan and Reddit.
Sure.
And it has like the same style, image, and it's very similar. As a Reddit / 4chan reader, this is very similar to those websites. So I see what the comparison they're trying to make, and there's bad guys and people want to kill her, and they talk about how much. That's literally Reddit. Anyways, they talk about how they hate She-Hulk, and they're trying to figure out how to kill her. And so this is the real story. This is what moves like the underlying story. We're going to find out who wants to kill She-Hulk and why.
Right.
And apparently it's just a bunch of toxic male trolls.
Right. And so like once again, I mean, if you can't see that that's like a constant thing, then I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's a constant. And so that's what makes it a girl show, because girl shows like to beat up on guys and make fun of dudes and make dudes look like ridiculous. And so we have to at least label it that and admit that this is not a show that was made for guys. Right? You got to admit it at least.
I mean,
you can still enjoy it and be a guy, I guess, but it wasn't made for us.
I mean, I enjoy most of it. I didn't when we started this, I wasn't enjoying it. I thought it was going to be like a meme review, but it's sort of fun. And there's funny parts.
You did all like the inside girl jokes and the whole like the bridesmaid getting pushed around and cleaning everything. I mean, that's girl hijinks.
Yeah, I don't understand any of that or care. You're right.
Yeah. So I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is. And that's about it, guys. That's it for that this little mini She-Hulk review. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button on the way to the comment section. Let us know what you guys thought of She-Hulk this week. And we're moving.